Good morning students and welcome to the new episode of our English class. In the previous class we discussed the first part of our sixth lesson. This lesson is Hey Out with the Gods. Our sixth lesson is Hey Out with the Gods. Do you read the text? It is a lengthy chapter and we have to take it as 4 episodes. Okay. In this episode, we are going to discuss the middle part of this lesson, and before moving to the text, we have to ask some questions, discuss about the previous topics, question and answers. Okay, who is Heidi? First question, I am going to ask you some questions. Who is Heidi? Who is Heidi? And where is she staying? Where is she staying? Who is Heidi and where is she staying? Can you answer this question? Who is Heidi? Heidi is a little girl. Heidi is a girl. And second question, where is she staying? Where is she staying? She is staying with her grandfather. She is staying with her grandfather. Can you try to find your own answers? That means you try to find simple questions and answers from the each day's topic. Okay. The first question is, who is Heidi and where is she staying? Who is Heidi? Heidi is a little girl and she is staying with her grandfather. She is staying with her grandfather. Then the second question. Can you find another question? Where is she? What kind of a house was theirs? 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 Their house was a hut. Their house was a hut. Can you give an answer? They are living in a hut. They are living in a hut. Okay. The first question is, who is Heidi? Who is Heidi? Heidi is a girl. And where is she staying? She is staying with her grandfather. She is staying with her grandfather. Then what kind of a house was theirs? Their house was a hut. Their house was a hut. What is the meaning of hut? Hut is a small house. Hut means a small house. Okay. When did she get up? Next question. When did Heidi get up? What is the answer? Heidi got up at the late morning. At late morning. Heidi got up at late morning. Heidi got up at late morning. Okay. Heidi got up at late morning. Heidi got up at late morning. And who were the characters we come across? Who were the characters we find in the story? First one, Heidi, the little girl. Then next one, Peter. Then who is the next one? Grandfather. Who is the next one? The grandfather. Then for what she came to the hill station or mountain ranges? She is coming to spend the holidays with her grandfather. She was there to spend the holidays with her grandfather. Okay. After getting out, what did Heidi do? Heidi climbed down the ladder. Okay. Heidi climbed down the ladder. Then she finds Peter is standing there with his flock of sheep. And their grandfather was bringing 2 of her goats from the shed. And the grandfather asked Heidi, are you interested to go with them to the mountains? Are you interested to go with them to the mountains? On hearing this, what was the response of Heidi? Heidi was very excited. And she jumped with joy. Heidi jumped with joy. And what did grandfather told her? Grandfather told her to go and clean herself or tidy herself, wash and tidy herself. On hearing this, she ran towards the tub of water and she cleaned herself, scrubbed her body and cleaned herself. Okay. Then she made and then grandfather tell her that he prepared meals for her, and grandfather she prepared everything for her. And then grandfather at the same day, meanwhile means at the same day, grandfather asked Peter to come inside the hut and open his meager meal bag. Meager means small in quantity. Meager means small in quantity. And Peter came there and opened his meal bag, and grandfather put into the meal bag two things. What are the two items? A large piece of bread and the same quantity of cheese into his lunchbox. Okay, then whose eyes widened? Peter's eyes widened because it was very large piece of bread and the same quantity of cheese for Heidi. He is having the half quantity of that one. This is for the little girl. Then his eyes widened with the surprise. Okay, after some time we see that before going to the mountains, grandfather will give a warning to Peter that take care of Heidi very well. She is not used to drink milk from the God, directly from the God, because she is a newcomer to that place. She is not used to do so. And he told Peter to get a bowl with him and take milk from the God and give 2 full bowls of milk to Heidi and take care of her very well and ask her to don't hurt herself in the rocks. Okay, after some day they went along with the lively gods. The gods were very lively. They went along. Who were described as they? Heidi and Peter went along with the gods to the mountains. And Peter told Heidi that they have to go a long way to the mountains. There is a long distance from here to the mountains. And on their way, Heidi is surrounded by flowers. Flowers. F-L-O-W-E-R-S. It is meant as flowers. On the way, there are lot of flowers and Heidi was surrounded by lot of flowers and Heidi picked up some flowers and held it in her hand. Okay. Peter said, I am going to read the first part. You please listen to the text. Heidi got up the next morning to the sound of a loud whistle. The golden rays of the sun made everything in the hut look golden. She recollected. What is the meaning of recollected? Remembered. She remembered where she was when she heard her grandfather's deep voice. She had come to stay with him on the mountains. Heidi jumped with joy. Heidi jumped out of the bed and changed quickly. She climbed down the ladder and ran outside. Peter was there with his flock of sheep, flock of goats, and grandfather was bringing 2 of his goats from the shed. She ran and wished them all good morning. Then, do you want to go with them to the mountain? Asked her grandfather. Heidi jumped up with joy and said, yes. But wash and tidy yourself first. The bright sun overhead will laugh if you remain dirty. See, I have made everything ready for you. Heidi ran to the large tub of water. She scrubbed herself clean. Meanwhile, grandfather called Peter inside and told him to open the meager meal bag. Open it, said the old man. He put into it a large piece of bread and an equally large piece of cheese. They were double the size of Peter's. His eyes widened at their size. They were for Heidi to eat. He then said to Peter, Heidi cannot drink milk directly from the goat as you do. Take a bowl and see to it that she drinks 2 full bowls of milk. Take care of her. She should not hurt herself on the rocks. Heidi was ready. Grandfather said to Heidi, when you come back, go right into the tub. For if you run about like a god, you will get your feet dirty. Bo set out along with the lively goats. The goats ran in all directions. Peter followed them, whistling and calling, swinging his stick to keep them together. Heidi, surrounded by flowers, picked up many on her way. Peter said to Heidi, don't fall over the logs. Your grandfather has asked me to take care of you. We have a long way to go on the topmost peak. An old play bird sits and calls. What is the two different meanings of pray and pray? This P-R-E-Y pray and P-R-A-Y pray. These two words are pronounced as the same, but the spelling and meaning are different. P-R-E-Y pray and P-R-A-Y pray. The spelling is different and the meaning are also different. These types of words are called homophones. These types of words are called homophones. H-O-M-O-P-H-O-N-E-S. Homophones. These type of words are called homophones. Homophones are words. What are homophones? Homophones are words you studied in your third standard or like so. Homophones are words that have the different spelling and meaning but pronounced as the same. Words that are pronounced as the same but spelling and meaning are different. They are called homophones. And can you say other two pair of words? H-E-A-R-D heard. H-E-A-R-D heard. And here H-E-R-D heard. This is a pair of homophones. Then next one. T-H-R-O-W throw, then T-H-R-O-U-G-H throw, T-H-R-E-W throw, and then T-H-R-O-U-G-H throw. This is a pair of homophones. This is a pair of homophones. What is a homophone? Homophones are words that a pair of words that are pronounced as the same but the spelling and meaning are different. These kind of words are called homophones. Okay. Are you thorough with what is a homophone? You studied it in your previous classes. Okay. Let us move on to the next paragraph. They both climbed some distance. Distance means distance to show the length of distance means agalam, distance. This is the distance between me and the board is this distance, length. Then they distance spelling D-I-S-T-A-N-C-E, distance, D-I-S-T-A-N-C-E, distance. The distance between me and you, that is Duram, Agalam, distance. Keep your distance. In every vehicle, there is a board at the back. Keep your distance. Keep your distance. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. After covering a long distance, that means some distance, what did Peter do? Peter stretched himself on the ground. Peter put his meal bag down, then stretched himself. That means he lied on the ground. He lied on the ground for some time for taking rest. So he became very tired. After climbing a long distance, climb means it is a hilly area. It is a mountain area. So they have to climb the distance. After covering a short distance, what did Peter do? Peter put down his bag there, lunch bag there. Peter put down his lunch bag there and he stretched himself. S-T-R-E-T-C-H-E, stretched. S-T-R-E-T-C-H-E-D, stretched means elongate. That means lengthen. Stretched means lengthen himself. That is the only just the meaning is that he lied down on the ground so for some day to sleep or taking rest. He became tired after covering some distance. He became very tired. He is whistling, calling and swinging his stick in the air for bringing the gods together. After some days journey, after covering some distance, what did he do? He put down his bag there on the ground and he stretched himself on the ground to sleep. For what purpose? For sleeping for some day, for taking rest for some day. It wheeled round and They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself to the ground to sleep. Heidi sat beside him. Heidi also became very tired. Heidi sat beside him. Beside means by the side of him. Heidi sat beside him. B-E-C-B-E-S-I-D-E. Beside. What is the meaning of beside? By the side. So there are two words that you have to be mistaken. B-E-S-I-D-E. Beside, and then other one is B-E-S-I-D-E-S. Besides. Beside, this beside means by the side of. That means near. Beside means near. Besides means purame, upari, adilupari. That is beside. So to have, but beside means by the side of. Okay, you please listen. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. Heidi sat beside him. Heidi sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and the stillness of the peak. What is she doing? She is enjoying the beauty and stiffness of the peak. Peak means peak. Peak, Uyarna Pradesham, peak, mountain peak. Topmost peak, that is peak, topmost place. Enjoying the beauty and the stillness of the peak. The cloud seems to have faces like her friends. She is now nearing the clouds. She can see the clouds clearly, legibly. She can see the clouds clearly. They were on the peak and they can even see the clouds very closely. And when she looked into the clouds, she feels that it have the faces of her friends. The clouds were looking like the faces of her friends. The clouds were having the faces of her friends. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. Heidi sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and stillness of the peak. The cloud seemed to have faces like your friends. Seemed, S-E-E-M-E-D, seemed. The cloud seemed to have the faces of her friends. S-E-E-M-E-D, seemed to have the faces of her friends. The cloud seemed to have the faces of her friends. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. Heidi sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and the stillness of the peak. The clouds seemed to have the faces like her friends. Suddenly he heard a loud, harsh cry overhead. Suddenly means soon, at once. Suddenly means soon. While she is sitting there because she is very tired, she is sitting there enjoying the beauty of the surroundings, the high peak. Then she is looking at the clouds. Suddenly, soon she heard a loud, harsh cry. A loud cry, a harsh cry overhead. Overhead means above her head. She is enjoying the beauty of the clouds. She is seeing the faces of her friends in the little clouds, and then she heard a harsh, loud cry of a bird overhead. Looking up, she saw a bird. Then she looked up to see where is the sound coming from where the sound is coming from. Then she saw a huge bird. A huge means very big bird. Then she looked up and saw a huge bird larger than any she had seen before. On hearing the loud, harsh cry of a bird, she looked up. Then she saw a huge bird. The bird was a very huge one. That means a very big one. Huge means very big. Huge. H-U-G-E. Huge. H-U-G-E. Huge means very big. She saw a very big bird. What is the specialty of that bird? It is the largest bird she had ever seen before. It is the largest bird she had ever seen before. In her life she had seen many birds, but it is the largest one she had ever seen. And larger than any she had seen before. It wheeled round and round. That wheeled means it flew round and round her head. It wheeled. W-H-E-E-L-E-D. W-H-E-E-L-E-D. Listen to the tough words. W-H-E-E-L-E-D. It wheeled. It flew round and round there in the atmosphere. It wheeled round and round. Wings spread in wide circle. Its wings were very large. It is spread in wide circles. That means bigger than this room. Bigger than a big room. Its wings spread widely at over her head. Its wings spread widely over her head. It wheeled round and round. Wings spread in wide circle, uttering a shrill cry. The sound of the wing was a shrill. Shrill means very sharp. Shrill. S-H-R-I-L-L. Shrill. S-H-R-I-L-L. Shrill. A loud sound. It is a sharp sound. A shrill cry. Look at this paragraph once more. They both climbed some distance. When Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep, Heidi sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and stillness of the peak. The clouds seemed to have faces like her friends. Suddenly, she heard a loud, harsh cry overhead. Looking up, she saw a bird larger than any she had seen before. It wheeled round and round, wings spread in wide circle, uttering a shrill cry. S-H-R-I-L-L, shrill. S-H-R-I-L-L, shrill. Peter, Peter, wake up, she cried aloud. Who cried? On seeing the bird, Heidi was afraid. Peter, Peter, she is waking him up. She is waking him up, calling him in a loud cry, with a loud cry. Peter, Peter, wake up. What is Peter doing? Suddenly, when she lied on the ground, suddenly he fell asleep. That means he is very tired and he fell asleep. He is not knowing that the bird is flying over the head of Heidi. He is sleeping there and became scared of the appearance of the bird and the sound made by the bird. Heidi became scared. Heidi became afraid and she tried to wake Peter up. Peter, Peter, wake up. She cried aloud. She is crying loudly. Aloud. On hearing the sound of the bird, she became afraid and she cried aloud. Peter, Peter, wake up. She cried aloud. The great bird here, look. You said that there is a bird of prey. It's a great bird. You wake up. Look here. Peter, Peter, wake up. She cried aloud. The great big bird, the great bird here, look. Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher. The bird is flying higher and higher. Higher and higher means it is going to the heights. It is flying higher and higher. He watched. W-A-T-C-H-E-D. Watched. He watched the bird. Watched. W-A-T-C-H-E-D. Watched. Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher. The past tense of fly is flew. Past tense of fly. Fly. Flew. Past tense. Fly. Flew. F-L-Y. Fly is the verb and the past tense of that verb is flew. F-L-E-W. Flew. Peter, Peter, wake up. She cried aloud. Then the great bird here, look. Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher before disappearing behind the mountain head. The bird flew higher and higher and disappeared at the mountain. Disappeared behind the mountain head. Disappeared. D-I-S-A-P-P-E-A-R-E-D. What happened? The bird flew higher and higher and after some time it disappeared from there. Disappeared means vanished. Go away from there. It disappeared on the mountain ahead. On the mountain behind. Behind the mountain head. Behind means at the back of. Behind means at the back of. Behind is a preposition. Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher before disappearing behind the mountain head. After flying for a few minutes, what happened? The bird disappeared behind the mountain head. It goes at the other side of the mountain. It goes to the other sound of the mountain. It disappeared in the clouds. Peter now called the gods. On seeing after the bird had gone, what did Peter do? He called for the gods. He called the gods. Now called the gods. Heidi ran among them. Heidi also, now she is not afraid. The bird had gone from there. It disappeared behind the mountain head, and now Heidi is running with the gods. Peter called for the gods and Heidi is running among them. A-M-O-N-G, among, A-M-O-N-G, among. Heidi is running among the gods. Peter now called the gods. Heidi ran among them, enjoying to see them nibble the juicy stems. N-I-B-B-L-E. Nibble means cut into small pieces. Rat is nibbling something. Rat is nibbling. Nibbling means cut into small pieces. Nibble. N-I-B-B-L-E. Nibble means to bite off very small pieces. Very small pieces to bite into. The rat is nibbling. What is the Malayalam word of nibbling? Current nibbling. Here the gods are nibbling the leaves, juicy leaves, nibbling the young juicy leaves. The gods are in the habit of nibbling. If you have some gods in your house or in your neighborhood, you can look at the god for something. How it is eating the leaves. It is nibbling. It is biting the leaves into very small pieces. It is nibbling. N-I-B-B-L-I-N-G. Nibbling. Here Peter now called the gods. Heidi ran among them, enjoying to see them nibble the juicy stems. Stems means the small, not hard, the soft part of the stem. That means the topmost part of the stem is always very soft. The gods are in the habit of nibbling the stems and leaves. Nibbling the stems and leaves. What is Heidi doing? Heidi is enjoying to see them means the gods. Heidi ran among them, enjoying to see them nibble the juicy stems. Peter took out his meal and lay it open. At that time it became the lunch time, and Peter took out the meager meal bag. Peter took out the meager meal bag and lay it down to open. Put it down to open. He is trying to open the meal bag. He milked the goat in the bowl for Heidi. How is he drinking milk from the goat? He is directly drinking the milk from the goat, but he milked the goat. He milked the goat for giving it to the girl. He milked the goat for giving it to the girl. Peter opened his meal bag and what did he do? He milked the goat. He is directly drinking milk from the goat, but Heidi don't know how to drink milk from directly drink milk from the goat. So he milked a bowl of milk for Heidi, for giving Heidi. Okay, listen to today's portions. They both climbed down some distance. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. He became very tired and Heidi also became tired. Heidi sat by his side. Samin sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and the stillness of the peak. The clouds seemed to have faces like her friends. Suddenly she heard a loud harsh cry overhead. Looking up, she saw a bird larger than any she had ever seen before. It wheeled round and round, wings spread in wide circle, uttering a shrill cry. Peter, Peter, wake up! She cried aloud. The great bird is here. Look! Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher before disappearing behind the mountain head. Peter now called the gods. Heidi ran among them, enjoying to see them nibble the juicy stems. Peter took out his meal and laid it open. He milked the gods in the bowl for Heidi. Okay. Next one. Heidi shared her meal with Peter, which made him happy. Heidi is having a large piece of bread and equally the same part of an equal share of cheese, and she shared her lunch with whom? With Peter. She shared, S-H-A-R-E-D, shared, S-H-A-R-E-D, shared. She gave a share of her meal to Peter. Peter is having little amount of bread and cheese. Peter is having the half amount of bread and cheese when compared to Heidi. Heidi gave her share, her part. She shared her meal with Peter. Heidi shared her meal with Peter, which made him happy. At the time, the grandfather put the meal into the bag. He wondered. His eyes widened, and he thinks that this is for Heidi, and I have only half portion of that. But now, when Heidi shared her food with Peter, he became very happy. Heidi wanted to know the names of the God. Heidi asked the names of the God to Peter. Peter told her the names. Peter knew them by heart. Peter knew the names of them. He knew the God very well, and he told their names to Heidi. Turk had big horns, and how he told Heidi that how do she understand and recognize each of them. Turk had big horns, always ready to fight. Turk is the name of a god, and it had a large horns. Horns means comb. It had large horns, always ready to fight. It is every time it is ready to fight with others. Turk had large horns or big horns, always ready to fight. F-I-G-H-T, fight. Then greenfinch was slender, agile and dexterous. Greenfinch is the name of another god. Greenfinch is the name of another god, and it is slender, agile and dexterous. It is slender. Agile means able to move quickly. It is very agile, means its body is very flexible. It is very flexible. Greenfinch is a flexible one, and it is dexterous, skillful in physical movement. It is able to do it has able to twist its body to any way. That means it is very flexible in its body movements, physical movements. Okay, it is agile and dexterous. Which one is agile and dexterous? Greenfinch. And what is the specialty of the Turk? Turk has big horns. Turk is the name of a god, and it is very large. It is having very large horns. It is always ready to fight with anybody. It is always ready to fight with anybody. Then greenfinch is the name of another god. It is very agile and dexterous. That means it is very active, and it can move its body very flexible. Its body is very flexible, and it is very physical. Physically it is very fit. Greenfinch was slender, agile and dexterous. Spelling slender. S-L-E-N-D-E-R, slender. S-L-E-N-D-E-R, slender. Then dexterous. D-E-X-T-E-R-O-U-S, dexterous. Then agile. A-G-I-L-E, agile. Look at the hard words from this paragraph. Look here. Slender. Say the spelling and word. S-L-E-N-D-E-R, slender. How do we pronounce this word? Slender. It is slender. Then distance. D-I-S-T-A-N-C-E. Then stretched. S-T-R-E-T-C-H-E-D, stretched. S-T-R-E-T-C-H-E-D, stretched. Then beside. B-E-S-I-D-E, beside. B-E-S-I-D-E. The next word is seamed. S-E-E-M-E-D. Say the spelling of the word. S-E-E-M-E-D, seamed. The next word is huge. H-U-G-E, huge. Then dexterous. D-E-X. It's a new word for you. D-E-X-T-E-R-O-U-S, dexterous. D-E-X-T-E-R-O-U-S, dexterous. Then agile. A-G-I-L-E. Next word, share. S-H-A-R-E-D, share. S-H-A-R-E-D. allowed, A-L-O-U-D, allowed. Then watched, W-A-T-C-H-E-D, watched. Then disappeared, D-I-S-A-P-P-E-A-R-E-D, disappeared. Next word, Gemma, A-M-O-N-G, Gemma. Next one, nibble, N-I-B-B-L-E, nibble. Look here, slender, distance, stretch, beside, seem, huge, dexterous, agile, shared, weave, shrill, allowed, washed, disappeared, yama, nibble. Okay, I am going to read today's portion once more. You please listen to the text, page number 48. They both climbed some distance when Peter put his bag down and stretched himself on the ground to sleep. Heidi sat beside him, enjoying the beauty and the stillness of the peak. The clouds seemed to have faces like her friends. Suddenly she heard a loud, harsh cry overhead. Looking up, she saw a bird larger than any she had seen before. It wheeled round and round, wings spread in wide circle, uttering a shrill cry. Peter, Peter, wake up, she cried aloud. The great bird is here. Look, Peter watched it as it flew higher and higher before disappearing behind the mountain head. Peter now called the gods. Heidi ran among them, enjoying to see them nibble the juicy stems. Peter took out his meal and laid it open. He milked the gods in the bowl for Heidi. Heidi shared her meal with Peter, which made him happy. Heidi wanted to know the names of the gods. Peter knew them by heart. Turk had big horns, always ready to fight. Greenfinch was slender, agile and dexterous. White Snowflakes was delicate and plaintive, which made Heidi put her arms around her. Okay, today let us wind up our class and let us continue in the next class. The first and most important thing is you read the text very carefully, so many times as possible. Okay, text reading is very important. Then you can enrich your vocabulary and you can be a master of the English language. Okay, see you in the next class. Thank you.